Morning. My name is Matthew, if you already know that. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a 3:15 in the morning block that I want to take you guys with. I just got out of the shower. Let's do this. Okay, first things first, it's gonna be dark. Like this whole thing. This is one of the biggest reasons why I haven't made a video on this, because it's really hard to get lighting into these videos. So I'm just gonna have to deal with this, and hopefully you guys are okay with it. This isn't the shirt they gave you, by the way. I used to work for Amazon. Well, not for Amazon, but I was contracted through a certain company that would deliver for Amazon. And if you guys work there, you already know that. This is just for the people that are wondering. I don't know. Like I said before, I have a 3 a.m. block. I have a 3:15 a.m. block. You're scheduled for 3 hours and 30 minutes, and for the most part, I finish in about 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours. So I got lucky the other day where I was done within an hour and 30 minutes. Just depends how many stops and how many packages that you're gonna get. That all factors in on how much you're gonna drive. Now with that, you don't know how long that's gonna be. You don't know if you're gonna be driving 50, 60 miles out for your first delivery, or it's right down the street. That's one of the big things about it that I don't like, is you never know where you're gonna go. It seems like at my station it's random, so we all meet up in a line. I know every station does it different. I've seen where you have to go and meet up at a kiosk to get your ticket to see where you're gonna be. And the one I'm at, I like it better. It's just random. So some days I get something really close, other days I get something really far. So it's just kind of taking that chance. But regardless, I always finish on the time that I'm supposed to. So now I'm going to, the car is warmed up. I'm gonna go ahead and make my drive over there. See you guys in a bit. Ain't gonna lie, man, I'm running late because I'm trying to make a damn video. There we are. Hell itself. All right, we're gonna park right here on this side. I don't know if I can zoom in here, but we already got some cars lined up, so my fault. All right, so we're going to lane 2. Hopefully we got something good. Just picked up my route. I think I got like 30 stops, so not too much. As you can see here, I got boxes all over the damn place. Make sure that my trunk is closed, because I left that open one time. Almost took off and had everything fly. So now everyone's pretty much done. We're just waiting on them to give us the go ahead to drive off. So I know it's different at every other place, but I do like this because they keep it organized, and I like that. I've never really tried another station. I've done like Whole Foods and all that, but this by far is the easiest and the least complicated. So we have about 30, almost 40 minutes to our first stop, so we're gonna go ahead and make that. Hopefully it's a good day. I'm gonna show a couple of deliveries, and at the end I'm gonna talk about the 5 reasons why you wouldn't want to deliver at 3 a.m. All right, time is 3:50. Had some trouble with my phone, but I just made my first delivery since 3:15 in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock some of these out, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys. I also want to document all my problems that happened throughout this route. So I have a gate here. They had a note, but still don't work. So I just had to wait for somebody else to come through. It only took like 30 seconds, so I got lucky. I wanted to list a couple of reasons why I do like delivering here at 3 a.m. So number 1 is no traffic. You don't have to worry about any traffic at all. It's pretty much just as quiet as it can be. 2 is no customers. You really don't have customer interactions.
You're just in and you're out, front door deliveries, apartment door deliveries, or lockers. And then number 3 is no business deliveries. The only times I've ever done it is like Lifetime Fitness, but yeah, those are my 3. And back to the video.
All right, I just finished my route. It is it is 6:10 in the morning. It took a lot longer than expected because I had to use one phone to pretty much work and record at the same time. Not to mention that I had a couple of hiccups where my phone storage is completely full. Damn, my hair is like, I apologize, my hair is like crazy. My phone storage kept running out, so I had to actually go back and delete. So I was sitting at some stops, but I just finished. I have 2 packages that I was unable to deliver, so I'll show you those right now. Look at this. I promise. I promise I didn't do that. It's a big old hole, and I don't know where the package is at. It's nowhere to be found. So in that case, you mark it as damaged. Not missing, you mark it as damaged, and then you just bring it back to the station. There's usually a locker where you're able to just throw stuff that you were unable to deliver. So I got that one, and then we have this box right here, which is not on my route, and it's nowhere to be close. Now, if it is pretty close, more times than not, I'll just deliver it. It's just whatever, why not? But this one is like 50 minutes out in a different direction. I don't even know how it ended up in my totes, but yeah, I'm not delivering that. So I will return those back to the station tomorrow morning when I have another route. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, we got the sun coming out. I wish I would have finished a little bit earlier, but my excuses are my dang phone, man. Now I'm gonna head back home. It's about like a 15-minute drive, and then we're gonna talk about the 5 things I don't like about the 3 a.m. routes.
All right, we're back home, and I'm going to be listing 5 reasons on why you don't want to be delivering for Amazon Flex at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. Number 1 is obviously it's 3 in the morning, dude. Like, I've had times where I have to watch my back. Depending on these areas, it's a little creepy. I'm talking about places that are like in the country. That's the one that I'm worried about. I had one about 2 weeks ago where it was like an hour out in just the middle of nowhere. You know, out in the country, people don't care. If you see someone rolling up in the house, they pulling out that Elmer Fudd. And I ain't trying to get blasted out here, especially for no Amazon packages. So that is a big concern whenever you're going to somebody's front door at 3, 4 in the morning. People are asleep, you startled them. Okay, so number 2 on why you don't want to be delivering at 3 in the morning. It's going to land more on the weekend, your Friday, your Saturday, leading into Sunday. I drive on the freeway a lot. I can't tell you how many drunk drivers I have seen during those times. And it's insane. Like, you got to be careful out here. I drive smooth, steady. I stay out of everybody's way. I try to avoid the freeway at all costs. Just watch for people at night. It's kind of crazy, especially on the weekend. It could happen any night. Could happen during the day. Shit, it can happen during the week. Like, people just be drinking and driving. So you got to make sure that you put yourself in a situation where you're not going to be worried about all these drunk ass people driving around. Something for me is I like getting everything delivered. So leading into that is having access problems or trouble delivering some of these packages. For example, there's often where I go to the city and they have these really nice apartments, right? Yeah, in a badass area. And then you can't get through the door. The note says that you got to go to the leasing office, talk to the people in there to give you a key card, and then you can make the deliveries. It's 3 in the morning. How do you expect me to do that? Like, there's no, I can't do that. So there's other times. It's usually just like apartments where I can't get through the gate. You saw that earlier today. They're not supposed to ding you because they want you to call, text, call, do all this bull crap. But you can't always do it, especially at 3 in the morning. I'm not trying to call nobody. Everybody's sleeping, man. Like, everybody's taking a nap. Everybody's out for the count, ready for the next day. This is Matthew with Amazon. I got a package here for you. Like, they never answer. I don't think once. I've called a couple times, few times. Never has anybody answered. So yeah, that's something to expect is You're going to have times where you just can't deliver stuff. And number 4, it counts for any block, not just 3 a.m. And that's having to do with the Amazon's app and it glitching. Now I have an iPhone, and I know when I used to work for Amazon, or the contractors for Amazon, they usually would use the Android. And with that, I feel like it worked a lot better. Like the app is made for an Android. There's a lot of times where I have just stuff not working. It kicks me out, or I made a delivery at a stop and it still shows up that I haven't delivered it. One day it told me to go back to the station. Like I finished all my deliveries and it was like, more delivery opportunities, head back and pick up some more stuff. Which when I looked on Reddit and people have showed up, the warehouse is like confused, like, what? Just go home, dude. The most annoying one I had was I couldn't make some deliveries, so I put them as no access, couldn't make the delivery, and they couldn't go away, to the point where on my next day where I had another route, it was still on the system. It actually cost me a whole block's worth of work, and I didn't get paid. I had to call support for them to take it off, and it took like an extra 3 days. So that really sucked. But that really doesn't pertain to 3 a.m. Just overall, you don't want that happening. And it might happen. Like you really can't escape that. It's just something that you have to deal with. All right. And number 5 is just, dude, it's 3 in the morning. That's really early. A lot of this is just side money. It's a side gig. When you have to wake up that early and make that commitment, not knowing where you're going to be, you might have 20 stops, you might have 40. The most I've ever had on a 3.5 block was 45. You're really taking a risk waking up early. If you have another job, you got to go do that job. You got to find out how to get sleep. Overall, I would rather choose that time more than anything. It just, there's too many benefits. No traffic, don't have to worry about customers. I just have the music on, driving smooth, and then when I'm done, it's usually around 5:30, 6 in the morning. I usually beat traffic on the way home. I appreciate you guys coming by and watching this video. If you stuck all the way to the end, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Other than that, ladies and gents, I'm out of here. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.